Deepak from accounting drama, Zylos had never worn pants before. But pants, he was told, were essential for blending in with Earthlings. Specifically, Earthlings who worked in corporate structures known as offices. A word he still wasn't quite sure how to use in a sentence. Now disguised as a perfectly average human named Deepak Sharma. Zylos stood outside the imposing glass building labeled Himalayan Data Solutions. Clutching a full leather briefcase he purchased from a local department store. His disguise, a short, light-haired man with glasses and a permanently worried expression, was carefully designed from several hours of YouTube tutorials and questionable AI-generated fashion tips. He had one goal: infiltrate human office life without being discovered as a glowing green alien inside the building. Deepak was greeted by a receptionist with perfect hair and a skeptical gaze. "You here for the interview?" she asked. Deepak replied, trying to sound organic. "I am very Job." She squinted. "You single quotes. Re. He cleared his throat. "I mean yes. I'm here for the job." She handed him a visitor badge. "Elevators on the left." "Good luck." He took the badge and muttered to himself, initiating phase 1. Assimilation. The interview was a blur. He'd spent the night prior memorizing vague corporate buzzwords and ended up improvising sentences like, "I bring synergy to vertical market alignments, and data-driven funnels are my love language." The hiring manager, Mr. Adhikari, was either impressed or too confused to say no. "Welcome to Himalayan Data Solutions, Deep. You'll start Monday as our junior workflow integration analyst." Zylos, internally, had no idea what that meant. But externally, he nodded and smiled. Affirmative. "I mean thank you." Back in his new apartment, he whispered into his wrist communicator. "Commander Corgan, the mission proceeds. I have acquired the role of junior workflow analyst. No signs of suspicion yet." A voice crackled back. "Proceed with caution. Avoid revealing your true form. And beware of team-building exercises. Report in 30 Earth cycles with a full planetary assessment. If the species is deemed weak or disorganized, we will begin phase 2. Pre-invasion scouting." Zylos swallowed. This mission just got more complicated. By the end of his first week, Deepak had learned that coffee was not optional. It was ritual. It was survival. It was currency. He had also learned that staplers do not reproduce, that it's frowned upon to take notes by recording people with your eyeballs. And that asking if the break room microwave accepts sacrifice raises eyebrows. Tara from data entry was his first real contact. She was sharp-tongued and always had one earbud in. "You're new," she said one morning, as he tried to pour coffee without flooding the counter. "What's your deal?" "I enjoy work," Deepak lied. "Especially ... integration of work." She narrowed her eyes. "Right. Just don't sit in my chair." He made a note. Humans are territorial about chairs. Every night, Zylos stayed up, watching tutorials. How Excel works. corporate jargon for dummies, and a 5-hour breakdown of printer error codes. His apartment looked more like a conspiracy bunker, filled with sticky notes, and a whiteboard that simply read, "Don't let them see you sweat." By week 2, he still hadn't figured out what a pivot table was, but he had developed 12 contingency plans in case of an audit. He even practiced panic expressions in the mirror, labeling them surprised guilt, confused enthusiasm, and team player smile. He logged nightly mission reports to the mothership, analyzing behavioral trends. He was beginning to suspect that this species was oddly admirable in its chaos. On Monday, a new intern arrived. Amrita. She was too observant for Deepak's liking. "You don't blink much," she noted. "Incorrect. I blink precisely. ... Often." She leaned in. "You always eat the same thing. You never use your phone. And you flinched when Rajan sneezed." Deepak laughed too hard. "Ha ha! Human things. Very normal." She didn't look convinced. He spent that night preparing a PowerPoint titled, "Reasons Deepak is Definitely a Human." Casual Friday was a disaster. Deepak, thinking it was a ritual involving roleplay, arrived in a full medieval knight costume. The silence in the office lobby was suffocating. Tara nearly dropped her coffee. "Dude. It's just jeans and sneakers." "Ah." He nodded. "Yes. I am very casual." Witnessed my armor of relaxation. Somehow, miraculously, Deepak was good at pretending to be productive. He nodded in meetings. He forwarded emails. He asked questions like, "Should we loop in compliance?" And no one dared ask what he meant. After 3 months, Mr. Adhikari called him into the office. "We're promoting you, Deepak. You're now senior workflow analyst." Zylos nearly fainted. That night, he panicked. More responsibilities meant more chances to be discovered. Was it time to flee? Was Earth life too dangerous? He messaged the mothership. Things came to a head when the building's Wi-Fi went out. Deepak, desperate, climbed into the ceiling to fix it. Amrita followed him. She caught him mid-transformation, antennae flickering. ... "I knew it," she whispered. Deepak froze. "Please don't disintegrate me." She blinked. "Why would I? Honestly, You're still better than half the people here. They fixed the Wi-Fi together. She promised to keep his secret. In return, he promised to attend happy hour. Deepak's disguise was more natural now. He even understood inside jokes. Mostly. He still pulled all-nighters. But now it was to help Amrita debug code or prank Rajan back. Tara called him weird, but reliable. Zylos didn't know how long he could stay. But for now, he had a purpose. A team. A desk with a nameplate. And that was more human than anything else he'd ever learned. On the eve of a 6-month deadline, Zylos uploaded his final assessment to the mothership. There was a long pause before the reply came. Zylos had been warned. Beware team-building exercises, Commander Corgan had said. But he hadn't expected a weekend ropes course in the hills. He wore a harness backwards. He misunderstood trust falls. When someone shouted, "Let yourself go," he activated his emergency cloaking field instead of falling. That's one way to disappear, Tara muttered, scribbling something in a notepad. By the end of the weekend, Deepak was sore, confused, and somehow everyone's favorite mystery man. Rajan started dating someone from marketing. Amrita said Tara once dated a VP. He downloaded 3,000 romantic comedies and compiled a spreadsheet titled Love in the Workplace. Dangerous but data-backed. His algorithm said Tara and Mr. Adhikari had a 76% compatibility score. He emailed it anonymously. Chaos ensued. Amrita intervened. Deepak for the last time stopped trying to ship people like it's Amazon. Deepak was summoned to HR. A small, windowless room. A woman named Karuna. Unusual reports. He sweated profusely. Literally. His antiperspiration patch had failed. Apparently, you filled the vending machine with nutrient paste. Efficient. Cost saving. Karuna blinked. Also, there's a complaint about you installing a scanner in the toilet. It was for, seat temperature research. Karuna sighed. Please. Please. Deepak took the pen like it was a sacred artifact. Paperwork. Humanity's deadliest weapon. Promotion day. Deepak expected a simple handshake. Instead, balloons, cupcakes, a karaoke machine, and someone handing him a microphone. He froze. Collective spreadsheet enlightenment. People clapped. Someone cried. Someone else offered him a podcast deal. He panicked and dove behind the punch bowl. One Tuesday morning, a mysterious consultant arrived to observe the office. Deepak recognized the aura instantly. Commander Corgan. Disguised in a tacky plaid suit and fake mustache, Corgan surveyed everything from the snack drawer to the Slack channels. Explain this. Meme, he growled, pointing to a picture of a dancing banana labeled workflow vibes. Deepak shrugged. Cultural expression. Very powerful. After a week, Corgan left, muttering, unconquerable. Their systems defy logic. The finance department announced a company-wide audit. Deepak interpreted this as a military interrogation. He shredded 200 pages of perfectly normal emails. He erased digital records of snacks taken from the shared fridge. He installed a decoy database. Terracide. It's not an intergalactic tribunal. Just give them your timesheets. Amrita showed Deepak her side project, a phone app that predicted which coworkers would microwave fish. Inspired, Deepak built an emotion translator, then tested it on a marketing meeting. It exploded. That's the third prototype, Amrita whispered. You're banned from whiteboards for a month. HR Karuna had been promoted. She now ran corporate morale. Her first initiative, Spirit Week. Deepak interpreted Wacky Hat Wednesday as a signal to wear a helmet and a flashing antenna. People loved it. He became a legend. Sometimes I think you're too weird to be real, Karuna said, smiling. Deepak sweated. Correct. I mean, human. On the most dreaded day of the year, Data Consolidation Friday, the servers crashed. Deepak stayed overnight. He rebuilt the system using alien coding techniques and labeled the file tree in emojis. It worked. Sort of. But now the printer only prints in Comic Sans. Rajan shrugged. Honestly, I kinda dig it. 6 months became a year. Deepak had coworkers, friends, even a recurring lunch invite. When the mothership called again, he answered with confidence. He pressed send, leaned back in his chair, and smiled. Just then, Tara burst into the room. Deep, you're up for Employee of the Month. He blinked. Is that an honor or a punishment? She laughed. Both. He straightened his tie, smiled wider, and said, Then let's conquer this office. Together. Epilogue. N. Armor permitted on Fridays, pending approval. Deepak Sharma is not to be questioned about his home country, background, or biology.